Hi, my name is Susan Forche, and I'm one of the instructors for Foundations of Christian Education. I'm the assistant professor of discipleship and Christian formation here at the University of Dubuque. My background is about 25 years in Christian education in a variety of contexts, as well as 13 years in higher education. My PhD is in practical theology and spirituality. I've been in a lot of different denominations over the course of my life, and that I hope to bring some of the joys of those different approaches to you within the context of this course. You'll be seeing me mostly in the videos, then toward the end of the semester when we get into catechesis and liturgy, Jennifer Petit, who is our instructional designer for the university, as well as holds an advanced degree as an educational specialist, will be your primary instructor for this semester. So let's talk a little bit about the books. So there are three books required for this class. Maria Lichtman's The Teacher's Way, Parker Palmer's To Know As We Are Known, and David Sousa's How the Brain Learns. I chose these books for a number of reasons. The main one is to give you some different ways of thinking about how to approach being a teacher. Maria Lichtman's book is a prayerful approach, a contemplative approach to teaching, and she uses the ancient monastic practice of Lectio Divina, or divine reading, as a way of thinking through how we as teachers teach. Parker Palmer takes a similar approach to teaching, a contemplative approach to listening to who the student is and listening to the context and prayerfully and with discernment going into those contexts and figuring out how best to teach the students that come to us. And then David Seuss's book brings the cutting edge right now. This is an exciting era for brain research and learning how the brain learns. And so this book will be supporting our lectures and conversation in that. God has given us an amazing brain, and I hope by the end of this course you will have an even greater appreciation for the gift that we've been given. So looking at the syllabus, we're starting off with the practical theological method. And I'm a practical theologian. My training was in practical theology and spirituality at Boston University. And one thing you do as a practical theologian is you start with the context. You start where you are. You start with your ministry that you are currently in, and you start with the people who are currently present in that ministry. And the reason we're starting there is the best way to figure out how to plan how to teach is to know who you're going to be teaching and the context in which you will be teaching it. So we'll be spending the first 2 weeks thinking about that, as well as thinking about our role as teachers as according to what the scriptures say about teaching. Then we'll be moving into cultural formation. Often we find that we will teach something, but it doesn't seem to make an impact or have an influence, doesn't seem to stick. And part of that could very well be our plan or our tools, but it also could be that we're working against formation that that student already has had, habits in their life or experiences that they're bringing into the classroom. And so we'll be looking at cultural formation specifically around our current generation of millennials, but that is becoming more and more broad, that it's affecting all of us. So we'll be looking at that using a chapter from a book called Souls in Transition, as well as a chapter from 3 chapters from a book called You Are What You Love by James K. Smith. We'll be talking more about how we are influenced by our cultural formation. Then in week 5 and week 7, we'll be moving into how the brain learns. We'll be talking about just the amazingness of this gift that God has given us and how that will affect us in how we teach. In week 8, we'll be moving into instructional design and how to plan a learning experience. The final project of this course is for you to plan a learning experience. 1 hour that you will teach to a group of people. Now, you don't actually have to teach it this semester. It could be something that you're planning to teach in the future or you would like to teach in the future. All that you will be doing for this semester is to get it down on paper into a final form. So 1 hour teaching something about the Christian faith to a group of people, any age and in any context, but hopefully in a context that you're familiar with, that you might even you might be doing ministry in currently. In week 10, we'll be diving deeper into some tools of teaching, Bloom's taxonomy and Gardner's multiple intelligences. And then in weeks 11 and 12, we'll be moving into how liturgy, our Sunday worship, can support our Christian education and how our Christian education can support our Sunday liturgy. And then also looking at the sacrament of initiation, baptism, and in the Book of Common Worship for the Presbyterians, the Easter Vigil, and how that might help function and create a form of instruction for people that are interested in being received into the church. The final 2 weeks of the course will be talking about the church's teaching ministry and what the role of the church is in sharing the faith with the world. If you have any questions about this syllabus, I encourage you to contact Jennifer Petit. Her name, email, and her phone number are on the syllabus or on Moodle as well, and she'll be happy to answer any questions. You'll be seeing me in the background as we're talking in discussion forums, and I hope that you enjoy digging into this material. I'm certainly going to enjoy digging into it with you. Blessings.